Hey guys, welcome to another one of my digital arts tutorials where I just walk you through, my entire process from start to finish, and I just give you tips along the way and carry you along, and like in hopes that you learn something. So, without further ado, let's begin. So in this one, I'm drawing Denji Chainsaw Man. From the first episode. I'm just doing a one-to-one study of like a screenshots from the very first episode. So yeah, you can see the reference by the top left corner of the canvas. Right now I'm just starting with my sketch, my basic shape, circle for the head, center line, and basic shapes, and then I'm just building off of that. I really don't know why, but like other professional artists have advised me to have like two different layers for sketching. So like one for the basic underlying shapes, and then another one on top of that for the detailed sketching. But I don't know. I just have the habit of doing everything on one layer. So, but I'd like to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about that. Do you work with two different sketch layers, or do you just use one? So I'd like to know your opinions, and which one would you recommend or suggest? I'd like to know. And I'm just starting to bring out the forms, bring out some of the muscles, adding some detail to his figure. It's a one-to-one study, so I don't have to think so much about the pose and everything. I can just focus on like the style I'm going for in the image. And now I'm starting out with the line arts. I'm using my normal angular style for the line arts. I'm just adding more, bringing out the drapery, fleshing out the drapery of his pants. Yeah. And in this image, I actually wanted to mimic the kind of background that's in the reference. So it's going to have like a dark background, but I later went on to add some bounce lights underneath with a complementary color lighting him from above. So I think it's a teal blue color lighting him from above, and then there's a red light source lighting from below. So yeah, that's the dark background, and then as you can see, I've added the flats, and that's the light source at the top. So what I did, I just made a new folder above, and that will serve as my grayscale folder. So in there, I just have different layers with different shades, different values. So the bottommost layer is going to be the darkest one. I just feel as a very, very dark gray, and then I just build up my values towards build them up lighter towards whites as I go up, as I make new layers. So I'm just fleshing out the details with the lighting. You can see how I'm doing that. The forms that are going to face upward the most, that are going to face directly at the lights, they have a brighter value. Values are just a way to show the change in direction of a form. So I'm just adjusting the values according to how dark I'd like the image to be. So when you select a color or when you do some rendering, that doesn't have to be like the final value. You could always tweak it layer by layer. That's why it's really helpful. It's a good practice to just have different layers for different values. So if you're working on one particular layer, pick one particular value, so that later on you can just go in and adjust it independently without affecting other values or other layers. It's a very non-destructive way to work. And then I'm adding a rim light, because the light source from above is behind him, so it's going to have this rim light effect, very saturated blue lights. And then I'll use a complementary red light source below to light him from below. And then you can see I'm just using soft light because I felt like some of the colors are dull, so I just use a soft light layer above everything and make it really saturated, and just adding some saturation around the brighter areas, around the lighter areas of the rendering. So as it's getting brighter, as the light source is getting more intense on his figure, the colors get more saturated. That's the idea. So I just pick the base color, make it more saturated, and on the soft light layer I just brush in some of that color. And I'm trying to figure out the right color for the bounce lights, and I'm just thinking of the forms that are going to catch that light. So all the forms of his body are facing downward. I'm adding that red color. You can see I'm doing that all the way up to his face. And then I'll use the airbrush to just add in some of that gradation. So it goes from really saturated to less saturated, or really bright to, less bright. I'm just adjusting the background. You can see how this particular background color just makes it pop, makes the character pop. And then using a texture brush to add in some dirt on his trousers. And then my usual stylized canvas look. I import it into Clip Studio Paint and then set it to overlay. So it makes my canvas, it makes the screen look like an actual canvas. It has that layer of texture. So, and then I use another texture brush to just add some dark values, some dark texture towards the bottom. And then you can see I use another brush to add like sparkles, like it's a flame. So there's like sparkles coming from below. Alright, now I'm just creating texts and just, trying to make it look cool. And then after everything, I just went on and I merged everything into one layer, and then I selected the chainsaws and I used the motion blur, so it looks like the chainsaws are like in motion, like they're moving. Yeah, that's it for this particular piece. If you like this piece, and if you learned something, give this video a like and comment down below what you learned in this video. If you didn't learn anything, let me know as well. If there's anything you want me to talk about, let me know as well. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one.